Ink Products is going to show you how to install our new Executive Series 2 continuous ink system. The system now has the backflow dampers, and the cartridges now have chips installed. So you can buy it with the chips installed, where you don't have to do any transferring, or you can install your own chips. Very simple to do. This happens to be the 6515. You're going to open up the lid, turn the printer on, let the cartridge assembly come to the center here, and then we're going to install the continuous ink system. Fairly simple. We're going to add one hose bracket here, which I already put on, and then you're going to add another hose bracket approximately right here. Now this applies to the 6515. A lot of the 5510s and 12s, they're all basically the same. Now once that comes over, what you want to do is reach behind the printer and unplug it. Okay, now it's in this position. We can take the orange clips off and then install the cartridges. And then we're going to do hose travel when this is unplugged, because we'll be able to move this. Now have a little paper towels handy, a little bit of them, just so in case there's any dripping from the cartridges, you don't want to get it all over. So you're going to take the orange clips off. So you want to save these orange clips, because later on if you have to purge air out of the cartridges, these orange clips are important, because we give you a purge tool that you have to use the orange clips with. Now you can see I'm holding the cartridges and I'm going to take off the orange clips. If there's a lot of ink dripping out of the exit port, you use the paper towel to just blot a little bit before you put it in. Now as you see, our new systems have the chips already installed for you. Now these chips are going to read full, then they're going to go empty, but it's going to allow you to continue to print. Now you don't have to do any transfer of chips. You're going to bring it up, and then you're going to set it down in there. Take your time. Click them in. And now we're going to do hose travel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push it all the way over. And then I'm going to install the hose bracket. I'm going to peel and stick it. Oh, just about there. Check with your instructions that we give you, because in case there's any changes, you'll be able to see it. The video may not have all the changes in it. That's where we're going to peel and stick it. Now, I moved it over. I slid it into the hose bracket, and I'm going to slowly pull it back. I might have to let out some hose. Yep, I'm going to let a little bit out now. Okay. And I'll clip it back in here. I'll hold it. There, that's how simple. And you got one more thing. Up in here, we're going to give you an interlock plug, because at the top, we don't want damaging the hose, so you'll be able to close it. Anytime you want to bring the cartridges over, you're going to remove that plug. I'll get the plug and I'll put it in and show. Okay, now this is the jumper plug that I'm putting in. So when you close the lid, it's going to hold that down. Now what you want to do is do hose travel. Not too tight, not too loose. Bring it all the way back over. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to balance the isobaric chambers in the bottle assembly. These are link tanks here. So we're going to lay it down. I'm going to rock it. It's going to take all the ink out of the isobaric chamber. Do it a couple of times. Okay, now before plugging it in, we're going to open up the little vent plugs inside. These have to be open. Only time they're closed is when you're going to be refilling the bottles. We tell you what color goes where, a little label here. These are the little plugs you want to remove. pull them loose, and that's it. Now you can close it up. Okay, there. Now it can go right next to the printer. Remember, you can't lift it higher or lower. Okay, now I closed it up. Now we're all set to turn on the printer. Got my plug in. I'm going to plug it back in. Okay, now I'm going to turn it on. Okay. Now it's going to go in and check. Just want to point this out. If you see a little bit of air in the hoses, don't worry about that. That's going to go away. Okay? So you don't want to go try to prime it out, leave it alone. It'll fix itself. This is the latest HP system that we have right now. Comes with the chips, comes with the Isobaric chamber, the high quality ink, backflow dampers. It's a very good system. Now, if you get where it says the cartridge door is open, that's because the plug popped up. If you close it, it'll close. See, it'll say used or counterfeit cartridges. That's because they're not HP, but they still work. So what you got to do here is just say, okay. It's going to give you another warning. Hit okay. Say okay. Now, HP does that in their little scare tactics, so you're not going to use somebody else's chips. Now we can close it, and that's about it. Okay, now I went and I'm cleaning the print head when I first install it. Then we'll do a nozzle check, and then we'll be able to print. Sometimes you have to do up to 3 cleanings. Never do more than 3 at a time. Okay, now this is what I got out, my quality report. Everything looks pretty good. But if you get one that doesn't look so good, you might have to do a cleaning or 2. Okay? So then this is what you want to see. All the colors coming out. That's simple to set up. That's because we used the new Executive Series 2, and we're now using the backflow dampers. Okay, now it's complete. That's it. That's how simple it was to set it up. Very simple. To set this up should take you no more than 15 or 20 minutes. And now, with our new chips that we've added, then you don't have to worry about taking chips off. Okay, now we're going to go to estimated ink level. As you can see, they're all showing question mark. That's what you want. Then that means that there's going to be less error codes popping up. So you're going to go from full to question mark. Now, sometimes it'll pop up with an exclamation mark, but then eventually it goes to a question mark. So that's what you want.